Greetings. Welcome to the Tanisha Ali channel. We talk about Tanisha's locks, sister locks, beauty tips, potpourri, and a host of other things. And the host today that we're talking about has to do with my adult braces. Okay, you guys know I am getting ready to be 49 years old, and I decided to get braces back in March. And since that time, many of you have asked quite a bit of information about the braces, and some of you have requested that I do a video. So I decided I would do a video today on the day coming back from an appointment. I had an adjustment last week and have been back in twice since then. So I was not very happy to have to go back in today. So I decided, you know what? Let's talk about this braces journey. So I'm going to give you probably the summary of my journey from the beginning up till now. So it's probably going to be like a 15-minute video. So just hang tight and let's see if maybe you can learn something, or you can get the scoop from someone else's point of view who is in maybe your same age bracket, or can give you some really detailed information. Let's talk about first, I couldn't get my hands on any before pictures, but what you can do, you can go back and look at some of my previous videos. And if you really pay attention, you will see that my teeth now look much different in just, let's see, March to April, because it was like mid to late March, May, June, July, August. I'm not even 5 months in, and I'm supposed to have these braces for about, I think that he said like about a year and a half. I'm not even 5 months in, and my mouth looks so much better. I gotta tell you, first and foremost, I was supposed to have gotten braces over a decade ago. I didn't want to get braces. I didn't like going to the dentist. I did not want to wear this stuff on my teeth. But my teeth started shifting over a decade ago. And my top row was starting to move this way, and this tooth was starting to slant. This tooth here was starting to come out. Okay, the bottom row was always very crooked from the time that I was a child, but you couldn't see it that much because when I smiled, until I got a little older, you saw very little of my bottom teeth. If you go back and look at some of my older videos though, during times where I open my mouth more fully, if you were to be able to see the bottom, you're going to see these two canines inside and a lot of crookedness down here on the bottom. In 5 months, let me just tell you what has changed before we get into the journey, because I want to share some of the tools of the trade with you. First and foremost, I have a gap here now that I didn't have before, and that's because they are shifting my teeth. Okay, currently I have gray rubber bands. I wanted just the basics. I didn't want the Invisalign. Those turn yellow. I just said, let me just go with the basics and get this over with. Plus, the basic set, the metal is cheaper. So you see a little gap here that started about the last time I went in. That's because of the movement that has to happen. Initially, and still, I had an overbite, which I've had my entire life, but it too became worse over the years. And part of it had to do with the fact that because I avoided going to the dentist and I had some sensitivity on this side of my mouth, I was favoring this side. So I was always chewing on this side, always grinding this side, and that caused some misalignment. Really big problem. So when I started working on my teeth about a year and a half ago, knowing I was going to need to get braces, I ended up getting a lot of work done on my mouth before going into these braces. So the overbite was a lot worse than what you see now. Okay, it was much worse than this. You see it a lot less now. So these need to come back, and they still need to come back. And then this row down here, y'all, this is what I'm most proud of, because these were really crooked. I have some white fillings, and that's a horror story. The doctor was going to try to take out all my metal fillings to put in the white fillings, only for me to find out through the hygienist and the help that she had all her metal fillings in her mouth, and that if my metal fillings were not giving me any trouble, I should leave them in place. And then they showed me the x-ray of her doing it with 2 of my fillings and how it degraded my tooth and it went too far down near the root. So needless to say, I stopped going to her, and then only to research and find out later she had 2 with the Dental Medical Association of America or whatever it is. She had 2 cases or 2 ongoing Long story. Anyway, just be careful who's inside your mouth. Just like you're careful about who's inside your bed, be careful about who's inside your mouth. Because once they mess it up, y'all, it's really messed up. So down here, currently you see these two. These are back and further jacked up. You see this? This is actually straightening up. They were so crooked. I have to find another picture. Now, he has only put the bottom row on within the last 2.5 months, because from March to late May, early June, I couldn't get back in because of COVID. They closed the office down. So nothing was on the bottom. So when I went in July, early July, or late June, early July, it's been about 7 weeks, he then put the brackets on and he did the bottom row. And it has been quite uncomfortable because the teeth are shifting. It also caused these two teeth here to bleed more. This one still bleeds a little because the gums are being shifted. This one had a huge, you see that piece of skin right there? Which I experienced up here as well. This was puffed up for about 4 to 5 weeks, from the beginning of when he put it on up until when I went last week. They took the brackets off. They told me to just floss my teeth a little bit more and brush, and left it at that. It was still crazy. Guess what I put here on this? And you see how pink it is now, and it's shrinking. It's been only since last week, Friday, I think, I put the anti-aging serum on here. My proprietary anti-aging serum, and it has virtually taken all of the inflammation out of this and is beginning to heal this. It's amazing. So naturally, I started putting it over here as well. So when I talk about the power of those essential oil blends and the synergistic qualities of them, I'm very serious. This was like, I was like, you know what? You sat up here, you bled for a month, you stopped brushing over here, and you was just brushing around it, waiting to get back, waiting for them to save you. And then when you get there, all they tell you to do is it's inflamed. You got a little build up there. You take your brackets off, wash with some peroxide. Another day or so went by, nothing changed, and I said, you know what, let me take some action. You never put any essential oils on here. Why didn't you take your health into your own hands? I did, and this is what happened. So I'm very pleased. So currently, my teeth are looking so much better, and I'm pleased. Now, here's the thing. I had 3 opinions before going to Dr. Craig. Dr. Craig is the same one who did my husband's 2 children's braces. My daughters both had braces, both of them, and another doctor did theirs. We are not pleased with them at all. Sophia has had on her braces. Ronnie has had on her braces now for almost 6.5 years. She's not bothered by it because she likes it. It's like teeth jewelry to her. But it's been too long. There's no way in the world I could have had them on my teeth that long. But she loves them. She wants to keep them on. Needless to say, that's been somewhat of a debacle. Not going into that. I did decide to go to Craig, the doctor that my husband recommended. I'm very, very pleased. In the previous consults, I was told I was going to have these 4 teeth taken out. That was mortifying because of not only the work that I do, but also I was going to have huge gaps that were going to take close to 9 months or longer to start to close in, which meant that when I smiled, because I have a wider smile, I'm always laughing, you would see these. 3 different doctors told me this. He was the first one that said, you know what we're going to do is try to work on your teeth without having to do that, without pulling those, although it's customary to pull. My concern is, I'm 49 years old. Do I really want to be losing teeth at that stage? And then if I ever not wear my retainer for a few days, trust me, the teeth going to start sliding back. I'm always going to be dealing with these huge gaps. And I don't have the healthiest gums on the planet anyway. So I didn't feel like I might not necessarily bounce back in a length of time that would be advantageous to me. So let me try to keep my teeth if I can. So then I was told by different people that, well, is your overbite more the concern, or is the crowding on the bottom? You may have to sacrifice this for that if you don't want to get them pulled out. But the way we're recommending it is that you have them pulled out. So I'm happy with Dr. Craig. By the way, he is in Decatur, Georgia, off of Candler Road, for anybody who's interested. He's wonderful. He is definitely very gifted. He also, in his consult, he consulted with me for about an hour. He showed me videos. He showed me possibilities of how my teeth would look after. And the final thing that got me was when he said, you know, as African Americans, we have different standards of beauty. So if you're going to, let's say, for example, African American person is going to have their braces done by a Caucasian person, because their standards of beauty are what they are, and they tend to want to see, you know, we have fuller lips, our mouths are different. They tend to want to bring it back. Then they're going to bring it back too far. And another concern of mine was that my jaw and my face would drop, because one of the things that I've noticed since my teeth have been shifting is this business here that y'all hear me kind of whine about as it relates to the anti-aging serum. And one of the reasons that kind of really got me on this thing about trying to improve the quality of my skin and the elasticity is because I've watched that as my mouth has shifted, it's affected this. So the last thing I wanted was to be concerned about my mouth, my face falling in. As crazy as that may sound, that's a real concern. So when he said that, and I realized that he could be sensitive to that and make sure that he gave me the right side profile based upon what he was willing to do with my teeth and not taking out those 4 others, I was like, okay, this is the guy. So the first trip going in, they put the top row on, they put the wire in, and that was it. I'm trying to think that they didn't put the wire in at first. They just put the brackets on, I think. That's amazing at 49 what you forget. Let me see, y'all. Hold up. Yeah, I don't think they put the wire in, but that's kind of crazy. They put the wire in because I was home for all these months. They put the wire in, but they didn't do the bottom, and they didn't put the brackets or the wires in on the bottom. Then they tightened them up. Then when I went in this last time before last week, they put the bottom row on, they put the wire in, they tightened it up. This was very sore throughout that entire 6-week process. All right. This time when I went in last week, they put a thicker wire in because in the last day, which was today, I went in because 2 of the wires here snapped here. And I'm going to be honest with you. I bought a tool from Google to clip the wires because when the wires shift in your mouth, they poke at your gums and it hurts. And not even the wax can always help. And thank God to the person who created the wax. I'll talk about this. They should receive the Nobel Peace Prize. And I was really sick because I had gone in for each appointment. I went back a second time because something was aggravating my my jaw. And I know that you have to have some discomfort with the braces, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having a sore, having bleeding because somebody didn't cut a wire. Now you got to go all the way back in there. So I would be irritated. By the second time I had to go back in there, I wasn't happy because it takes time for me to go there. I'm 40 minutes from there, 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back, about an hour in there. I lose time from work. I can't take my appointments during that time. So I was feeling some kind of way. So the last week when I went in, and I had this situation, I was prepared because I said I'm going to get this tool from Amazon for clipping the wires, an orthodontic tool for clipping the wires so I can do it myself. Because one thing about me, y'all know that about my locks and everything else, I like to be self-reliant. I don't like to have anything that I have to depend on somebody on totally when it comes to my comfort or my standard of doing things. So I had that thing and it was really too big. And I think I probably clipped the wire trying to get 2 other little pieces fixed because I had already gone back after the adjustment. And even though I was complaining about something here, the rubber band somehow shifted and covered it up. So it seemed okay. And when I left, I got home and I still had the problem. So I say that to say, when you get your wires in, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to take your finger, and my hands are clean, and run it around the back. Now right here, she did this today and I feel a little bit of friction, but it's not enough to bother me. When I left, I didn't feel it at all because she cut this area twice. But it goes to show you your teeth are moving. The brackets are giving and receiving, so to speak. And so the wire can move as well. So what you feel when you leave there 2 weeks from now may be irritating. But in any event, you're going to take your hanger. You're going to definitely, you hear that? It's sticking my finger because there's a little bit of a wire poking out. I was told this time to take the back of an eraser and push it down. We'll see if I need it. Right now, it's not bothering me at all. This is the first time having left an appointment and being able to talk without any problem. Even this whole area here was irritating this whole area of my lip, and I had wax all across here the last few days. So you want to run your fingers around. Sometimes you can have problems in here because they will put in there, I think it was called a stent, I'm not sure. So they had 2 wires in this tooth down here last week when I went in. They didn't do that today, and I didn't remind them because it was a pain in the butt, and I had wires sticking out, and that's what created the problems. And then the same here. This is what she did today. No problems at all. Now, granted, today I didn't have an amateur working on my teeth. I had the lady who goes around and sort of monitors everyone else. She's not an amateur. Case in point, I had no problems on the bottom row, and that's been a problem. That's what's been giving me the problem since I went in July, and since I went in again for an adjustment last week. Now, we didn't look at this today. There was no reason to, but now I'm feeling a little something out there, but it's not bothering me. I say that to say also, things you need to be concerned about. Always check the wires with your finger several times, because remember, your mouth is being stretched out during the entire process. When your teeth, when you contract your lips, when you let your lips go and they move back in place, they're not resting in the same way they'll be 2 or 3 hours later when you get home. So you might not necessarily feel anything. So you need to be very, very vigilant and check every possible thing. Even if they're doing some extra wires in here for teeth that are resistant, feel everything. And anything that could be a potential problem that's not the bracket itself, you need to be on it before you leave that office. The other thing you want to be mindful of, the doctor needs to be on the premises. That's one of the problems Sophia has had. She has been going, I told you, had her braces on for over 6 years. The majority of the time, the doctor himself is not overseeing the process. He has his assistants or whatever. And now that I did the research with the Dental Association of America, with that dentist I had, I don't even know if that's legal, because that's one of the complaints I had. They were doing my fillings, and when I looked at the complaints of other people who were her clients that were being investigated, which is why her certificate was under review, those people are not supposed to be actually working on your teeth by themselves. The actual dentist is supposed to be there doing that work. Those people are assistants. So that's a whole nother topic. But with Dr. Craig, my orthodontist, he's always on the premises. And not only that, I see him each time I come in. He looks over my teeth, he makes markings, he takes notes, and then he tells them what they need to do. And then they come in and then they put the wires on. So that's something that is important. He's seen me each time I had to come back. And today he made a joke and he said, "We don't want you having to keep coming back like this, because I don't want you talking bad about us, you know." And I was like, okay, don't worry about it, you know. And he made some changes again. He looked at my teeth again. And, you know, I didn't want to tell them I had the tool. And that's probably what caused the problem. But I did tell them I was fooling around with these and I was adjusting them. And that's probably what contributed to it. Because the first thing he did was pull up my mouth on the computer. And he was like, well, the way your overbite is, there's no way that chewing on that could have done that to the wire. So he knows what he's doing. So I can appreciate that. But you want your dentist to always be overseeing the process. Like I said with Ronnie, that is not the case. So you should get a kit. In this kit, the most important thing is going to be the wax. All right. Another thing that's going to be important are these little snickermajiggers, and I don't know what these are, okay? But I don't know what they're called. I do know what they are, and I'm going to show you how they work. But they help you to floss your teeth. And I'll do a separate video on these. Lots of other stuff that comes in here. You have a mini little toothbrush. Okay, I don't use this very much at all, but what I do use a lot is this, because this helps you get up into, see, it's kind of tight in there, to these areas, okay, where you can't always brush and get everything out. But this, and there's other stuff in here, y'all. I gotta admit, I don't know what all of this is. What is this? Oh, this is some type of, oh, it's hand sanitizer. Oh, okay. Oh, since you're going to have your hand in your mouth. I like that. Look at that. Okay. Little hand sanitizer. Pre-COVID stuff. And then we have this lip gloss, I guess, which is good because this stuff is rubbing up against your mouth. You have these little empty containers. And you have this little timer, which helps you judge how long you're supposed to be actually brushing your teeth. Here he says if we're right-handed, we favor our left side, and we don't brush this side as well. Is that what he said? No, we favor the right with the hand that we are. So it's important to make sure we give sufficient time to the other hand. But let's look at the wax, because I got to tell you, this wax, now let's say I got a little bit of this thing up at the top. You saw it, all right? You heard me talk about it. It's a little bit of the wire. Yep. So just so that doesn't stick me, I'm going to take a piece of the wax. I took it, just took a piece off my finger like that, and now I'm rolling it. This is the wax. This is actually kind of big. Okay, I can afford to have a little less. And the thing is, you can buy this on Amazon. I bought like an 8-pack of it for $6 so that I can carry it with me, because this is a lifesaver. When they start to move and you get uncomfortable, you can't get in right away, or something else shifts, this wax will save your life. Again, kudos, prayers out. Good deeds for everlasting and living on for those people who were a part of creating this stuff. And then you just push it, put it on that area, and you push it down. Huh? Yeah, I put it on there. You see, and it's gonna sit there. It makes it able for me to talk. If you look at some of my earlier videos, almost all the time I have wax here or in different areas because my teeth were hurting. My gums were so sore. Not my teeth were hurting, although this is sore. It's nothing like what it has been. And today, like I said, this is the first day I've had no pain. So this is beautiful. Is that you, Ronnie? Yeah. Hey, baby. I'm talking to everybody about my braces. And then we have this little tool. Sophia, what is this little tool right here, baby? Ronnie in the house. What's this, baby?
Oh, that's to go inside your mouth and use it as a mirror to see if you have wires poking out.
Really? Yeah. See, they never go over. That's another thing. They didn't go over this with me. I got to tell you, y'all, they didn't go over this with me. We need to learn to be a little more talkative. They did not go over this with me. How was your appointment?
Good.
Good.
I have to fill this whole thing.
Oh, with what? With what? Urine? You got the whole thing with urine?
24-hour period.
Why? Why so much urine? What are they going to do with all that? Put it in the refrigerator out in the garage, girl. Don't put that in there. I'm just joking. Really? They need that much urine? They got to run several different tests. Ronnie's having some tests run. What'd you say, Sophia? It feels good? So, Ronnie also got a car, a little tiny little, what are we calling it, a hoop-de-doo?
No, it's not a hoop-de-doo.
It's cute. She got a great deal. It was $3,800, and it's this little 124,000 Honda Accord, and it's really cute. It's only 124,000. She says it's sports. It has a little sunroof, right? Mm-hmm. It's an older car. We got it from a little junkie yard type place, but it works. And they're letting her pay it off over a 6-month period, almost same as cash. So she got lucky. She got real lucky. And y'all know my car caught on fire about a week and a half ago.
What is it
Huh? It's about the braces.
Are you sure? Let me talk about the braces.
Well, come and sit down, girl. We'll do the next video. We'll do the next video together, girly, girly. A lot has happened with us during this time. Huh?
Do you want me to take those packages to the post office?
Yes, I would love it. What is making you offer? Sophia wants to take all my packages to mail my sisters out your Magical Miracle Grow and your anti-aging and your acne serum, huh? Oh, Sophia says I look cute, y'all. This is what I got from Steinmart. That's how I know Steinmart is going out of business. Isn't this cute?
Where are those pants from?
Oh, these are from Steinmart. Y'all know I can't ever hardly can find pants that look cute because of the way I'm shaped. But these are, they have no zippers and they're L and Q. I even got in a size 6 and I ain't no size 6, I'm telling you. But these stretch. I'm getting a little more creative with my wardrobe, y'all. I don't usually used to dress like this. Coming out of strict religion, this is a big deal for me. Trust me when I tell you. So having on these tight little pants is kind of new to me. So I got to put a little something on to cover me up. But yeah, this is a cute little shirt, right? Steinmart is going out of business, like I told y'all. Steinmart is going out of business. Outback is going out of business. Thank you, Fifi. Outback, IHOP, Denny's, Applebee's, Pier 1 Imports. So many stores, they're closing their doors, baby. Yeah. It's a new day, a new norm. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So anyway, this you got to have, huh?
Have they met Albie?
Yeah, they've seen Albie a few times, but y'all know I got rid of Albie a few weeks ago. I had to bring Albie back home. I had gotten a new little German Shepherd. I had to take her back and get Albie back. Long story. Y'all want to know about that story? Just let me know. But you need the wax. This is critical. You need these little things for flossing. I'm going to do a demo about that. And this little thing here, let's call it the toothpick toothbrush. I don't know what it's called. The toothpick toothbrush. And it can help you to have some peroxide handy too. Peroxide is good from keeping them white. I haven't been able to bleach my teeth like I normally like to. And on this video, they don't look as yellowed as they actually are. They do look a little crazy right now. But anyway, y'all, I'm getting used to the braces. Initially, they were like this. I didn't know how I was going to do this thing. But what happens is your teeth, your lips start to adjust. And literally with both my daughters, especially Naima, because she has tiny little ballerina lips, your lips expand. So if you have very thin lips like me and you've always wanted thicker, fuller lips, like I'm supposed to have being of the African diaspora, this is fun because it's actually making my lips look a little fuller. So I like that. But they're going to collapse right back down later on down the line. Y'all know those our brethren and sisters in Africa who put those things in their lips, and their lips, like, they start out small and they wrap it around and then it gets bigger and bigger till they have this huge ring in their lips. The body gives way and gives way and gives way and it stretches, but when you take the baby out the womb or you take that ring out, everything kind of collapses back. So this is just temporary, and I have no intentions of getting Botox because I'm gonna leave myself the way I am. If that's what Botox does, whatever it is that puffs up people's lips. So this has been pretty much my braces journey, everybody. I'm so happy with it thus far. I'm going to try to find some older pictures, even if I can even get Dr. Craig to show me what's on his computer, then you will see. My side profile is still, I'm sure, jacked up. I don't know what it looks like. I have to take a picture, but I imagine because the braces are on here, it probably looks kind of funny. And I still do have to make a little bit of effort to kind of close my mouth. But talking is much easier now. Talking is so much easier. And I'm interested to see what this process is going to be like. How they're going to get this gap out of here. How they're going to continue to try to shift this back. And I may not get full alignment because I'm not willing to have my teeth removed if I don't have to, and I'm okay with that because just the fact that this bottom row is looking better and this top row, if these things came out today, I could live with the progress I've made in just 5 months. So if you're 49, if you're in your 30s or even in your 20s, you all, they have people now in their 60s and 70s that are getting braces. One of the things I realized about teeth when I was bleaching them, using like the Colgate products to keep my teeth white, which were really good, and then sometimes the Crest strips, but they weren't as good, is that when you give your teeth an upgrade, it gives your whole look an upgrade. Even something as simple as getting $12, $13 toothpaste and supplies from Walmart and whitening your teeth, it makes a huge difference. So any little bit of work that you can do with that teeth to make that smile healthier, literally, if you're taking care of your teeth better, but also with the bleaching, it's gonna make you feel better, and that in and of itself is gonna raise your vibration because you're gonna feel better about how you look. And y'all know how it is. People say, "Oh, it's fine. You don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Nobody can tell," but you can tell. I know what was happening with my teeth. I knew that my jaws were suspended sometime and in a resting position. My teeth had nothing to fall on, but now even everything is starting to adjust. What he's doing with my braces is aligning my jaws, and it's making a difference, and I can see the difference. So hopefully you will too. If you have other questions about braces as an adult, the process, what it's like, my experience, let me know and I'll be happy to share with you. I hope that this benefited you in some way. If you know another adult that has braces and you think, or you someone else that's considering them, let them know. I want to say my braces cost $3,200. Insurance paid $15, and then I'm responsible for the other $15. But even if I didn't have insurance, my payments would have been about $150 a month, which is still definitely doable. So happy braces. Have a beautiful day. If you're interested in spiritual content, join me on patreon.com/Tanisha Ali. If you're interested in my other YouTube channel, one of them anyway, Butterfly Transformations, where I do sometimes readings. We talk about spiritual stuff. We talk about the chakras. We talk about consciousness. We talk about manifesting and all that stuff. Go to YouTube and just search me, Tanisha Ali, Butterfly Transformations. The channel is Butterfly Transformations. So happy, peaceful, and productive, prosperous day for you today. Sending you much love. Thank you all for your wonderful, tireless, unrelenting support of this channel. You all have brought so much love into my life. You brought even more reasons for me to be grateful. I love this channel. I'm really connecting with some of you all on just levels that I can't even tell you how good this feels. If you have ever thought about starting a YouTube channel, do it, because you get to make friends. You get so many of you text me when you purchase the products, and we go back and forth. We talk a little bit. Many of you have purchased services, the Reiki sessions, readings, things like that. I'm just honored. I'm honored when I look at your comments and see you engaging the channel. And I just want you to know I really, really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate y'all. Y'all make, you add another dimension to my life. You give me a sense of connectedness so that I don't feel so isolated, because I really am kind of like a recluse. Miss Sophia's giving me the eye. She's like, Mommy, I thought you were doing a braces video. Are you still talking? I had time to go upstairs to put my urine bottle down, come all the way back down. Now I'm washing my hands and you're still talking. Y'all, tell y'all my tribe, okay? And we vibe like that. This is what we do. Back at you. So I love y'all. Have a beautiful day.